diseases, calamities, deaths of our loved ones. Why merciful God lets all of these horrible things? Isn't it evil to create troubles? What about the Satan? People go to wrong ways and endless hell because of him. He threatens our eternal lives. So, why merciful God lets someone misguide us? Isn't it evil to create Satan?
Bediüzzaman says, the creation of evil is not evil. Choosing the evil is evil. For example, can you say that it's evil to produce knife? You can't say that, right? If you cut an apple with it, it becomes good. And this is the intention of the producer. But if you cut someone and kill him, then it becomes evil. But killing someone with knife is not the intention of the producer. So the knife producer is not responsible for that murder. You choose to kill someone. So evil is not about the producer or creator. It's about user choice. Now, can we say that the producing of Satan is evil? I don't think so. Yes, a lot of people are going to hell because of him, but maybe it's not the intention of the producer. Maybe it's the consequence of our choices. So, what might be the purpose of the Creator to let Satan and the other calamities? We came to this world to progress, right? We know this fact. There are numerous degrees in the spiritual abilities of human nature, and we are here to show our potential and rise, right? But the important point is, the only way to rise, the main condition of progress is to struggle. You cannot rise and show your potential without struggle. That's not possible. For example, think about a football team. How does it rise and become the best? It needs opponents, right? It needs to play matches. Now, can you say that there is an enormity here? How did they find this team and make us play a match now? Why is this cruelty? No, right? It is for you to defeat your opponent and rise. Is it possible for a team to rise without playing any matches? Is it possible to gain strength and become stronger in a gym without lifting weights? Is it possible for a boxer to win a medal without an opponent, without being punched? Who gives the boxer a medal if he is alone? Think about the angels. Is there anyone who can pray as much as the angels do? No, right? The angels pray all the time. But even though they pray all the times, do they rise in their position? No, right? The position of angels is stable. Why? Why don't they rise if they pray all the times? Because there are no Satans or calamities for them. They don't have an opponent. They do not struggle against anything. That's why they cannot rise. So the thing that makes humans to rise and have a potential to surpass the angels is actually what? Existence of opponents like illnesses, diseases that we face, and the Satan and the desires of our nafs, etc. So they are not created for us to fall. They are created for us to rise. They are our opponents to raise us. This is the intention of the Creator. What differs a diamond from a coal? How do you distinguish them? You know, they are the same in their solid states. Both of them consist of carbon atoms, right? So what makes them different? The fire makes the difference. The coal burns and the diamond does not. So the diamond proves its potential through its struggle against its opponent. It shows its value through enduring the fire. And coal also shows its worthless and low character through burning in the fire. So the fire only reveals their character. So we cannot say that the fire is evil. If you chose to become a coal and burned in the fire, that choice would become evil. Because you could also choose becoming a diamond and not to burn in the fire. The fire could let you to become more valuable, but you didn't choose it. So what are you, a diamond or a coal? If we can endure the Satan and desires of our nafs and repent our wrong choices in the past, if we take shelter by Allah's side when we face with the calamities like earthquakes, diseases, illnesses, etc., and understand that a lot of bounties had been given to me before this event. The surface had not been quaking, for example, or I had been protected against that disease, right? Because we can only realize a bounty when we face with the opposite of it. Is that correct? So if we realize these missed bounties through those troubles, then all these will raise us and show that we are a diamond. So use the fire to go up. Utilize it. It's over there in order to make you diamond. But if we follow the steps of Satan and commit sins without even repenting and mutinying over the calamities, that means we are a coal. So don't blame the fire. It must be created to reveal diamonds and coals. If there had been no striving and competition, the capability like diamond and coal in the mind of humanity would have remained equal. The spirit of Abu Bakr at the highest of the high and the spirit of Abu Jahl at the lowest of the low would have remained on a par. Maybe you can ask, yes, I understand that the Satan is created to raise human being, right? But at the end of the day, the majority of humanity go wrong ways because of the Satan. Am I right? Most people cannot utilize the existence of Satans. Only small part of humanity utilizes them and rises. So where is the mercy here? Guys, value is not about the quantity. It's about the quality. Quantity has no importance compared to quality. The true majority looks to quality. For example, imagine that I've got 100 seeds. If I don't plant them in the soil and water and subject them to struggle for life, they remain 100 seeds worth virtually nothing, right? But if I plant and water them and subject them to struggle for life, and 80 of them rot and only 20 of them become fruit-bearing trees, can you say that planting and watering them was evil because most of them rotted? No, right? You can't say that because 20 trees are more and more valuable than 80 rotted seeds. If I had not planted them, that would have been bigger evil and cruelty to that 20 seeds, right? So it's not about the quantity. Yes, through striving and fighting against Satans, mankind lost numerous worthless people like Abu Jahl, but gained less but more valuable people like Abu Bakr. So the important thing is, what are we gonna do? Become a tree or rot in the soil of this world? I know sometimes problems may become too much to overcome. You may have hard tests in your lives. For example, you may have lose your mom and dad one by one and then have a hard accident and then get divorced and then money problems, one after another. And you may think it's so hard. It's just so hard to overcome. You know what? They don't allow every team to play against Barcelona, right? Who plays against Barcelona? The ones above a certain position. The ones on Premier Division, for example, the La Liga, right? Not the ones from the lower leagues of Spain. So playing against strong opponents means your position, your potential is high. The Champions League is also similar, isn't it? The strongest opponents are over there, right? But would any team say this? Who included us in this tournament? It's so hard, man. It's just so hard to overcome. We always play against the strong opponents. Why did you include us here? Bro, if you join that tournament, that means you are a good team. That's why you face strong opponents. So the ones that were given hard tests, many calamities, illnesses, etc., are like the teams on the Champions League in this live football. The one who knows this fact does not become unhappy. Who faces the most difficult problems? Tell me. The prophets, right? Starting with our prophet, all the prophets, the religious people. There has been no prophet or a religious person who had a life without illnesses, without problems. No, they all had most and hardest problems. Why? Because they are in the Champions League. Their opponents are strong, but the strong opponents make them highest ones. So can any suffering or illness become a problem for someone who knows this fact? Think that as a match, beat and go on, endure and go on, take shelter by Allah's side and go on. So we live in a hard time, don't we? Especially for us, the youth. Sometimes I'm thinking, oh my Lord, why do you let all of these sins and immorality that attack us? Nudities, filthy things of internet, TVs, environment. This is Akhir Zaman, right? Why do you let all of this happen? And then I remember this fact. These are the hard matches of this time. See them as a chance, bro. They exist to make us rise up. They are led by Allah to make us higher. If we can beat them and be patient against them, we can go up and become the youth who are on the highest levels of people in this century. So think life as a fixture. You know the fixture of football teams? The La Liga, for example, 38 weeks, right? So my life is going to be 60, 70 years fixture and events come to me. I may lose my mom at 21. I may face with a serious disease at 22. I may meet with a serious sin danger at 23. So matches come to me one by one. The more I win, the more I'm raised in the rank. Otherwise, if there had no league and fixture system, the level of Barcelona and Malaga would have remained equal. What make difference? Struggle on the pitch. Who is gonna become coal and who is gonna become diamond? That's the point.